Right now, this is the worst piece of legislation that's on the books anywhere.
Public Act 4 is a piece of legislation that essentially allows the governor to unilaterally remove elected officials.
It gives one man the power over everything in city government without any checks and balances.
He has absolute power. We call him Superman on steroids, from the standpoint that he can make any and all decisions impacting a municipality without any input from the people who are paying the taxes and who are paying the freight for that person to be there.
That individual could sell off public resources, make laws, terminate elected officials. An individual who, contrary to our democracy, is not elected by the people. An individual who, contrary to our democracy, does not have to answer to the people. And we believe that type of unprecedented authority is contrary to our democracy and a violation of our voting rights.
Right here in Detroit, the emergency manager has closed 75% of Detroit public schools.
This is Dawson Elementary School, my elementary school growing up here in the city of Detroit. It's on the closed list here. This is actually the last elementary school left in the community. When you close schools all across the city, as the emergency manager has been doing, you're closing down communities. So you need schools to keep communities vibrant, to keep education going, and to keep our communities moving. The Detroit School Board really fought to keep a lot more schools open, but the emergency manager has absolute power in the final say-so and what schools stay open and what schools don't. Without any say-so from the community, without any input from the school board, this is a total takeover and dictatorship.
Well, Pontiac is an awesome place to live. I describe it as a big, quaint city. So I'm from Pontiac. I was born here, raised here, went off to college, came back home and became a council person, the youngest council person in Pontiac history. We've got about 60,000 people here as of the last census in the city of Pontiac. The mean income is $17,000 in the city of Pontiac. So we do have extreme poverty and high unemployment in the city. I call it the takeover law that's killing the city of Pontiac right now. I'll give you a prime example. The first meeting that we had with our current emergency manager was to tell us that we would no longer have a Pontiac Police Department. Right now we're in front of the Pontiac Police Station that houses our boys in blue. And as of August 1st, there will be no Pontiac Police Department. The county sheriff will take over and the Pontiac Police Department will be dissolved. After 150 years of service, the emergency manager did not want to accept the stimulus money because he didn't believe in the 25% set aside for low-income people. A good chunk or majority of the people who live in Pontiac would fall under those guidelines. He would rather send the money back than deal with it because he believes that low-income people use more services so they don't deserve the money. When citizens come in, they see who they elected, and we all came in after we had a financial manager. We get no pay, we get no benefits, no anything to serve the citizens.
Pontiac's downtown area is desolate. The emergency manager doesn't have that on his mind at all, but the people of Pontiac do.
He has the power to dissolve the whole city of Pontiac. I could wake up tomorrow and this be Pontiac Township, an unincorporated city, without a vote of the people, without a vote of anything.
The people of Pontiac want to see a thriving downtown, but they can't get engaged in the democratic process because they can't talk to their city council. Their city council is now regulated to opening a meeting, reading the minutes, and closing a meeting. That's not the democratic process.
This is coming to a town near you. So if you think it's just Pontiac, it's not. If they can do it in Michigan, they'll be able to do it in Alabama. They'll be able to do it in Florida. They'll be able to do it in California. And it's pretty soon this whole country will have an emergency manager. And guess what? That means this whole country doesn't have democracy.
The democracy and the movement always starts at the lowest level. You're never going to see a change from the top. The change always starts with the people in the community, the activists who believe that the power of an idea is so strong. And the power of this idea on how we want to transform our community, how we want to be involved in the democratic process, how we don't want to be dictated to in our daily lives is a very powerful idea.
This state, just like every other state, is built on democracy. And this is America. This is not some dictator country where people storm in and tell us what to do. We combine, we come together, and we build one solution that we all can believe in. Democracy gives you the opportunity to keep trying, to keep pushing that there is another day to make this world a better place and make our communities better.